have educational stuff across the board all the time. We're all going to be left-handed, live in little boxes.
You're familiar with oatmeal, right? Oatmeal for the mind. Reality is this. Oh, is the caller still there?
Yeah.
You still hanging out?
Yep.
How do you like this for a future?
Well,
Kind of depressing, isn't it?
yeah.
So maybe it possibly might be a good idea that people stand up and try and do something about this. Perhaps maybe try and maybe take in the reins here and control their own destinies and all that other neat stuff, rather than having decisions forced down your throat. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of take charge of things.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life if you live past the next couple of years?
Become a professional wrestler.
His name's Gonzaga.
All right, a man after my own heart.
That's what we want to know.
It's like this young man on the phone, Bob, wants to become a professional wrestler.
Really? Now, he's got the right idea. I mean, these guys make some serious money.
Some serious bread.
Did you see WrestleMania? Was it 3?
Yeah.
Let's turn this guy off. Enough of that guy.
Yeah,
What'd you
right.
think
Enough
of it?
that.
What'd you think of WrestleMania?
It's okay.
So,
But for that.
so like, so you want? How do you think you're going to become a wrestler? You going to talk to Vince McMahon and do that whole thing, or what?
No, I get it. I get it.
How you going to do it? I mean, well, there's this guy out in where is it, Salem, like Killer Kowalski. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Like, he used to wrestle in the 50s. I saw him, like, on TV and stuff. He used to be on, like, Channel 4 and stuff, and, like, he has a wrestling school. I guess you can go to a wrestling school. Is that the deal?
Yeah, thanks for that.
Wrestling school, there you go.
So you lift, you work out, or are you just sort of naturally prone to violence?
Come on now. Everybody. Let's put on some John Denver, the Pure Americans. I'm all...
Actually, you know, this is a great country where a boy can aspire to grow up and be either president or pro wrestler or anything in between. I think this is, you know, there is possibly hope for us yet.
Well,
not,
anyway,
not a whole lot, mind you, but
anyway, we gotta go because, you know, this is America and we have to keep it down under 3 minutes if they turn this into something. Well, I'm glad you called. I hope you become a wrestler. If you become a wrestler, you get money. You can follow the American dream. You don't have to worry about all the stuff. You won't have to read the Globe, know the Herald. But that's just for you.
Then I can...
Rock and roll!
It is not so above. There is no shuffling. There the action lies in his true nature.
Kind of like a dial tone in some ways. There's something important about a dial tone.
Well, it's got perfect pitch.
Yeah.
Actually, it's got
It's
several
like
perfect
it's like a
pitches.
monopoly. It's like a monopoly. I want to talk about a movie that we had a real important. I mean, I'm in such amazing gratitude of seeing this movie last night that we're still in a state of shock, John.
It was like going to Mecca.
It was kind of like just
The Mecca of
everything I
Green
ever
Bay.
wanted was in one package, and her name was Susanna Hoffs. I mean, I want to tell you about the movie The All Nighter. Now, I really don't want to give it away because our crack movie reviewer, Bruce Sylvester, I'm sure he'll be going to this
he's
movie
got
and
this online,
he's going to be
yeah.
reviewing this, and this is going to be a serious
Definitely.
movie. I just want to tell you people that if you want to see a movie that will just make you feel that America is just what it should be, you should go see this movie because The All Nighter with Susanna Hoffs is a very important movie for this generation.
Oh, yes. As a good friend and associate
I mean,
put it last night, it was 6 of the 5 worst movies he's ever seen.
Well, no. I say it's an important movie. And
Susanna's got great legs, I'll give her that.
great legs, but her face is...
Success! Success!
I say we get out the cheesecloth right now. The new Sybil Shepherd is going. But I think everybody who's under the age of 5 should go out, 50 perhaps, should go out and see this movie because The All Nighter is an important movie. I think it's an important movie. I think Susanna Hoffs is going to be a major talent. I'm not sure in what country, but it's an important kind of a thing, you know. So I truly
Somewhere in Lower Borscht,
somewhere in Lower
there's a
Weymouth.
bronze statuette just with her name on it. Just,
And our advice to Susanna, besides wearing shorter and shorter dresses, perhaps not at all, is to stick with music, baby, because you're cooking with gas in that.
Lower Borscht.
Enough of this Lower Borscht. Let's see who's on here. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I got
I'm
an
excited.
example of what you guys are talking about. I live in Burlington, right?
You live. That's
I
thrilling.
thought you lived in Burlington
No, wait a
West,
second.
but
I go to the high school of Burlington. And,
You do great.
And
Good
our
for you.
symbol is the Red Devil, right?
The red. Oh, here we go.
So some people decide.
Get out the dock and go ahead. Some people decide.
Some people decide in the town that like we all were devil worshippers or something because we have this big painting of the devil inside our.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so it was on evening news one time.
Actually, you're right. I think I did read that.
Yeah. And
So you guys must feel like, well, you must feel pretty bad.
it was like
Now, how long have they had the Red Devil as a logo?
about 9 years.
So how long has the high school been there? A long time.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty new high school.
Oh,
not
so
as long as
but
the devil. So.
yeah, right. The Devil's been around forever, but so like you had the Red Devil, and like you went on for years without any problem. And like late last year, people said, "Oh, this must be satanic," and so now they must think that like there's a cult inside the high school doing some serious things, and they're causing all the car thefts in a 20-mile radius, right?
Yeah, all because we have this
Right.
picture of the devil on the wall.
And that gives the cops a reason to like impound your vehicles and screw you up. Is that a true statement?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you going to do about it?
I say that WMBR forms an anarchist movement on the radio.
We've been doing that for
Wait a minute. You
over
gotta remember-
25 years.
Yeah, and also too, you got to remember that anarchist and movement or organization or something, the two words just don't go together. I mean, it's
Exactly.
like the whole theory behind anarchy is that there is no order.
I
There's
can't
no
even believe it's like
yeah.
a wave across the country.
a wave. Oh yeah.
But
right.
seriously though, has there been police harassment? Like have they been breaking up if like people are hanging out, they kind of break you up in corners and stuff like that?
No.
So what exactly has been going on?
Oh, was just a while ago, and it just got me pissed off.
So is like the city council get on your case, or?
No, they were deciding to change. They were like, some people were talking about changing the school symbol or something.
Well, do they think that people were like doing satanic stuff with this symbol?
No, they just thought that since there was a big picture of the devil painted on the wall, that we would all start to like get
And-
influenced by it.
So what do the kids think who go to high school? They don't care, right? It's
Well,
like it's
dude,
cool.
We're
They
all
don't.
gonna walk out of school and stuff.
Oh, they are. Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
it was a while ago.
Right. So what happened?
So when I don't know, someone decided that it was all a bunch of crap, so I just dropped it.
Oh, good. Well, see, that's the deal. It's like, but the thing is, next year it will come back again, probably. Yeah, it's because like now we can't do anything. you
Tell
know?
me, is there a Phyllis Shapley look-alike running around your town screaming, sodomy and fornication, sodomy and fornication?
Talking rules. God, that's bad. Now, see that's kind of like what's going on here,
Yeah,
because like,
to say a witchcraft trial.
well, yeah. Well, it's not quite as bad as that.
Makes
There's
it look
nobody
like a
being
walk in
hung
the
or
park,
pressed
yeah.
in the ground, but
Not
you know.
yet.
When you look for
Give it
something,
time.
you try and find it, and so like any innuendo or something like that, people just go, oh
An
yeah.
Italian
So
suppository.
who was it who initially got teed off about it and
I
started
don't know,
making it?
I don't know exactly,
But somebody brought it up to the school council, say, hey,
Yeah.
look, this is like an evil thing it represents, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
So what do you think? That's a sign of the times and things are bad? What do the rest of the kids up at high school think? Are they kind of thinking, well, we can't do anything now, this is a bad scene, or what?
No, I didn't think that. They were just mad.
Yeah, so nothing became it. Everybody kind of like cooled out.
Yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen now? Nothing, everything will be okay, or they'll find something else to harass you about, or what?
I don't know.
Hard to say.
It's just the government's trying to control everyone's mind now about music and everything.
Yeah. What do you think about all that?
I think it's sick.
The thing is, you can't. Well, see, the thing is, the FCC has made some kind of broad statements about what's going on, but they haven't been specific. But they're going to be, in theory.
What gives them the right?
What gives them the right? They're an arm of the government who oversees what goes over the airwaves on the television sets and on the radio. That's been around since 1934.
And you know what's really hilarious about that, Bob, is the fact that they work for us.
They work for us, yeah. Our tax dollars support their situation. But the thing is,
123 days out of every 365.
see, the thing is, this went on in the 50s with McCarthy, and the problem is you don't want to get into a scene like that again. And
So that's what's happening.
well, that is what's happening, and it's not clear how you're going to fight something like that. The thing is, you don't want to you don't want to do what happened in the 60s where people started blowing stuff up and stuff, because that's really stupid. So, like, everybody's kind of like really doesn't know what to do, but the thing is, you just feel like you're being, you know.
To do what Frank Zappa does and just present the facts to everyone and trying to persuade them.
Right. But the thing is, it doesn't seem like it's working because, like, see, the FCC laid off of all this stuff for a long time,
Yeah.
right? But we had people like Tipper Gore and having, like, these Senate hearings and all this junk. But now the FCC has just changed. The head guy, he stepped down, and a new guy came in, and they decided to just get tough on stuff. And it's not clear what they're going to do, but it just sounds like that a lot of the stuff that you're interested in hearing on the radio or stuff that you've been used to hearing is going to be censored to the point where, you know, you won't be able to hear it anymore.
Yeah, how come instead of worrying about all that stuff, why don't they direct all their money and energy towards,
Like a world peace or something useful instead of, like, worrying about what Dawkins going to do for their next record or something like that.
Sorry, friend.
The
There's
thing
no
is, we don't
profit in
know.
it.
There's no profit. Yeah, we don't know. That's a real interesting point.
No,
We don't know. We don't know why. The thing is, yeah, I don't think, a lot of these records shouldn't be on the air that say, like, you know, lousy words, like the 7 dirty words and stuff like that. Okay, that's in good taste. But the thing is, the stuff should be available so you can have it. If you want it, you should be able to have it. If you don't want to hear it, you should just turn off the dial.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're not going to, you know, it's going to, the way we're hearing it now, it's just going to make it so this stuff won't exist anymore. And it'll be kind of like this brown paper bag reality or something. You know? So we don't know what's
Excuse me, Bob. I think I hear someone kicking down our door.
I hear. Hey, you guys! That's like a negative thing. So we don't know. The answer is we don't know. But, like, a lot of your friends feeling the same way about this?
Yeah.
It's like people, like, starting to think about this stuff now. And they're thinking that, you know, maybe the government's, you know. It isn't that the government's trying to screw us over. The government really thinks that they're working in our best interest, because if this stuff isn't in the marketplace, then we won't have these, like, lousy thoughts. But that's not true. Well, they think they do. See, that's the thing. The thing is, this large nebulous thing called the government has always worked in what they call the people's best interest, right? And like we don't have much control over that other than to vote. See, that's the whole deal. But
That's really not much control because
it isn't. Right. You're right. It isn't.
Because look at the presidential candidates. I mean, I wouldn't vote for any of them.
Yeah, like Hart's coming up again. Who cares? You know, it's like he might as well be on the Howdy Doody show. Some of these other people, exactly. And like, you know, Kennedy, is he going to run again? Who cares? You know, I don't care. So there really isn't anybody as far as we, you know, we might as well just keep Reagan, and he doesn't go Lon Headrest, whoever the hell his name is. We should. So I don't know what to tell you. The thing is, we've come into some pretty interesting times. So the thing is, I think maybe in a few years, when the administration changes and things lighten up, maybe things will change and get better. Don't know. Hard to say. But at least, you know, at least folks your age in high school and stuff are thinking about that stuff, and maybe we'll reach a point where we won't take it anymore.
Well, only the kids who are interested in it are the kids like, you know, not the kids who listen to like the pop music and stuff like that.
Right.
But the kids who listen to like Black Flag and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
heavy metal and
That's
stuff like that.
Going to be affected, and like how.
Right.
I mean,
They're here. Right.
You can make innuendos about the stuff that other people listen to too, you know.
But you should have the right to have access to that stuff. See, that's going to be the whole issue. The thing is like, you might agree that the stuff might be vile, but you should have the access to it. And I think you should be able to play it on the air, because you should have the discretion, you know, if like, you know, it's like it's rated like R or whatever. You don't want to listen to it or hear it, you should just turn it off.
Yeah.
And see,
but they assume that we're all stupid.
right. And the thing is, this is really only going to affect about 2% of everything in this country. I mean, it's going to affect us all, but as far as radio stations, there are kind of like 2 or 3% that really push the line, and this station happens to be one of them. And we're just a little, I mean, we are just a speck of dust upon the globe. We're nobody. We're really nobody. We're a little radio station that's had a few good breaks over the years. But the thing is, the point is, a lot of the stuff that we played during the day, we can't, you know, we're starting to think about whether or not we can play it anymore.
Yeah, you guys and Harvard Radio, they want to.
And ZVC, yeah, and ZVC and a few other places. Right, yeah. So the thing is, we're kind of like, we're saying now, can we play this stuff because if this stuff says like one of the 7 words or whatever? Because a lot of hardcore stuff and speed metal and stuff, that's going to say that stuff. It's going to go right by you, but it's going to be there, you know? But you should have the right to either listen to it or not. In essence, flick the switch if you don't want to hear it. So we don't know what's going to happen. We're clueless human beings. We have no idea. But the thing is, we'll try to play this stuff, but the thing is, I don't think we can get away with it, and we're not, you know, WMBR, I can just only speak for this radio station as being a past god. We're not going to, if we're told that we can't play this stuff, we ain't going to play it anymore. We can't, because we don't, number one, we don't want a license revoked, we do not want to go to jail, we don't want to jeopardize MIT, because it's a huge conglomerate, we're just a little station, so. That's the fact. Oh yeah, they'll just hit the off switch like a cool breeze will be gone. It'll be like we never existed.
Like
We've been here
history.
26 years.
But you got to remember too, this is stuff that some people are saying that'll warp your mind, curve your spine, and lose the war for the Allies. I'd like to throw a whole new spin on this, Bob,
Okay.
if I may. What with Graham Rudman and an over $1 trillion deficit, perhaps maybe the FCC, after sitting on its hands for the last 12 to 15 years, has found that it just might have to justify its existence.
Oh yeah, right.
If it wants to stay alive, you know? I mean, think about that angle of it
Like the
for a bit.
first 10 minutes of news, it's all about killing, fires, and stuff like that. Don't tell me that doesn't warp some people's minds.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah, but that's reality,
that's sensational.
you
Yeah,
see.
well, see, John, that's a weird point. You just said it's reality, but like, that's a weird thing. It's like, that's become our reality. Like, the first 10 minutes is grim
What about
stuff.
cartoons?
I know, but it's a weird thing that you watch news to hear about bad things, not good things, because good stuff doesn't sell.
Right.
You know, we have to see the pictures at 11 of the plane crash that killed the 10-year-old girl, because
No
it's
matter
like,
what.
yeah, it's weird stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
I got to throw in a whole scene here. It seems to me that there's been a drift over the last 15 to 20 years that is sort of culminating in the Tipper Gore scene and the backlash against the public school systems and the FCC clamping down on what we say over the airwaves. And basically, I think it comes down to the fact that a lot of parents have sort of abdicated their responsibilities and have thrust that upon social mediums in general, school systems, radios, TV, the print media, whatnot. And they're not happy with a whole lot of results. And basically, they really don't have a whole lot of reason to cry because they just blew it to begin with. You know, if
Just
you
like
don't like
Susanna
what's-
Hoff in that movie
yeah,
last
if you
night.
don't like what's going down, man, you know, police your curb your children.
Really?
You know? If you think they're
You know,
going to
it's
be
funny. This has
adversely
become a
affected
public
by that,
affairs
you know?
show, and it was supposed to be a joke, you know?
Right, well,
That's
hey,
pretty
you know.
funny. These are grim times. Or something. Well, it's not grim. It's not too bad. You see, the thing is, we're not under martial law and stuff, and we're not.
Not yet.
We don't have identification cards that we have to like whip out in the middle of the street if the Gestapo comes down. You know, it's just a bummer because stuff is a little narrow now. But like everything goes in cycles, and if you wait, things will like But maybe I'm being like too optimistic. I don't know. Hard to say. So anyway, thanks for calling from Burlington, and that's a weird story about, and I'm glad that the students, the thing is, if you make a rumble, sometimes people sit up and listen and realize that they're jerks, and they just back down, because, like, I don't care if you have a jackass as a logo, if you think it's a cool thing, it's fine, it symbolizes the spirit of your school and nothing else, that satanic stuff is a joke. Except for a few people here in Marlborough Street, but that's a whole other story. Thanks for calling.
If worse comes to worse, you can just tell them to go fornicate themselves.
Exactly. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye. That was amazing.
It's pretty scary.
Like a devil in Burlington, and like their logo, the Red Devils. Actually, there's a lot of colleges that have stuff like that too.
Oh yeah, shit.
This is a weird night. I mean, we came here to
Johnny.
we just came in to spin records, and now it's like Grim City. So we should all shoot ourselves.
Well, why don't we just sort of lighten up here and spin something? Or,
Well, I got something happening here. I was going to do Susanna Hoff, but she's a pain in the ass. I was madly in love with that woman until I saw that movie last night. Now the whole thing's just trash. Forget
Well,
it.
she's definitely got to do some trim line action
Well,
on the thighs,
the close-ups were like the face was all grainy and stuff, and there was no
Right.
cheese. She needed like a massive thing of cheesecloth like Sybil Shepherd gets, Okay, so like that wasn't happening.
little
So,
soft focus action.
so like what was the line in the movie like? See that sunset? That's it.
You are what you are.
You are. Give me a break. I already know that.
Tasty waves, dude.
For sure, bud. What it is.
Are we breeding a brain dead society?
And we're just
here?
we're just idiots. That's
like
all.
sheeps to the slaughter.
No, maybe we should, Daddy. I don't know if we're doing it.
I know nothing.
We're doing
I
a
see
damn good
nothing. I
job.
feel nothing. I hear nothing. But I'm taking up space anyway.
All right, let's just go away for a while. I should mention to one and all that this is WMBR in Cambridge.
And the reason I've avoided it for a long time is because most people put out live albums. It seemed like they put it out as a time killer in between writing new stuff, and or else they put out an album that is just a straight-ahead show that they do from beginning to end. Supertramp's done that. I think Fleetwood Mac. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Rolling Stone, and then from beginning to end, it's the show. And for me, I've had a problem seeing us put out an album like that because you miss the lights. People are going to be playing the record on God knows what kind of system. Could be some kind of really junky little 8-track thing, or who knows what it's going to be playing on. And this may be recorded on a cassette, 8-track cassette. I wanted to stay away from what I call a stock live album. But we did decide to record.
Women all around the place, come and see me, face to face. If you got trouble, I'm a man for you. Then you won't worry, you can smile too. Make you feel alright, make you feel alright, oh, make you feel alright, make you feel alright, make you feel alright now, make you feel alright, oh, make you feel alright. Women, come along to me, I'll treat you good now, just wait and see. If you are dying off a broken heart, just come and see me, right from the start. Make you feel alright, make you feel alright, oh, make you feel alright, make you feel alright, I'll make you feel alright now, feel alright, I'll make Snowy, snowy. Come on, snow. I'll make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. Make you feel alright now. Feel alright. Make you feel alright. Women, come along to me. I'll treat you right now.
You know, I've been a bad engineer tonight. Every time I go to queue up a record, it's kind of like, I've done this 4 times tonight. Every time I go to queue up a record, I put the thing in queue, I make the record that's on the air go away.
We may have to go outside the craft to fix that problem.
Well, we may just have to, just sign off and shoot ourselves. I don't know what, but that's so unprofessional. I mean, you have a record that's and then that goes away as you queue up the thing.
Right,
All right, so anyway, that's a cool song. I don't know if anybody likes that song. That's the Easy Beats, Make You Feel Alright. It's a real ancient tune, but that was a little hit.
Yeah.
They were from England and Australia and stuff like that. We have a call,
About
actually.
1,000 years ago.
There's somebody happening?
Yeah, but she doesn't want to talk about it.
What woman does? I mean,
She's got a 5-page report due Monday. She's only 2 pages into it, and she's 25 hours. And
so why is she on hold then?
She just wants to sort of hang out and rap.
Literally hang
off the record.
She just wants to hang.
Really?
If you want to go talk to her,
My life has
that's
been
fine.
in permanent hold. No, I was going to say, I have the Riot Act here.
I guess you can read that. That's from Broadcasting Magazine.
Yeah, this is legit.
Permission read, fine.
The whole scene.
I'll throw some music
as
on
far
you.
as, I throw a bet on it. In the past, I'll just sort of cut into this. In the past, the FCC staff has regularly rejected indecency complaints on the grounds that they failed to document the repetitive use of so-called 7 dirty words from the George Carlin monologue at issue.
You don't want to say
the
those
1978
particular
Supreme
7
Court
dirty
decision.
words, though.
In the Pacifica case. Pacifica, yeah, Susanna Hoffs, right? That was last night.
Pacifica, yeah.
Right?
Let's go to the fiesta.
Right, hey.
Corn of the past.
Tasty waves, dude.
Wow.
In its action last week, the agency put broadcasters on notice that it will oversee their broadcasts with a broader standard also drawn from Pacifica,
Lies.
defining indecency as, quote, language or material that depicts or describes in terms patently offensive,
You know, I
as
just-
measured by contemporary community standards for the broadcast medium, sexual or
You know what
excretory
I feel like?
activities or organisms.
You know what I feel
Right,
like? Don't you feel like Lenny Bruce in his heroin phase? That's what we're doing, man. It's like we
What
came
goes
here in
around
good
comes
faith
around.
to do a radio show and just chill out, but now we're doing like we're expounding upon the what. It's great. It's unbelievable. I never thought that I would do that. That's
It's kind
great.
of frightening, actually.
It is kind of frightening. We're kind of like being the Lenny Bruces of the '80s. That's pretty frightening.
It's all one big.
very frightening.
It's a big circle.
It's all
jerk,
one big
actually.
circle.
Actually, we're looking for a pivot person. So
What's her name?
right. Yeah.
Which she doesn't want to be on the air?
No, really. I put her on the air, man. Come on. That's it.
Come on, this
Bring
is
her
America.
on. Hello.
Hello.
He, her, it.
We're here.
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah.
So you're no further along on that 5-page report, right?
No.
Well, it was due Friday too, right?
Yeah, I got mixed up. Thank God.
Bad scene.
You're in deep.
Very deep.
Yeah, I know.
So what school are you going to?
Oh, elementary.
Elementary, yeah.
7th grade.
7th grade, and they give you
7th grade.
5-page reports of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, what is it on?
Well, we each had to pick a country, and I picked Russia.
Russia? Yeah, how
Russia.
come Russia?
I don't know.
Yeah, so what do you have to write about Russia?
Anything.
Anything? You gonna write about Chernobyl?
What?
Chernobyl, the thing, you know, the nuclear thing that happened a year ago?
Oh, no.
You're not gonna write about that? What are you gonna write about Russia then? You don't know yet,
Well, I'm doing history.
right?
They
About
got a lot of that.
the 1918 revolution, all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole scene, yeah.
Right.
And the
Wow.
Tsar, and how the Tsar got thrown over, and
And you know, Lennon went on to greater
He was
fame
in
and
the
fortune
Beatles,
with the
wasn't he?
Beatles, right? Bum-bum-bum.
but he was assassinated by the Blue Meanies. But that's a whole other story.
That's another animal.
So you go. So what elementary school? What town?
I live in Cambridge, and I go to Tilden.
You go where?
To Tilden.
Oh yeah. So do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you have trouble like? Did you listen to the other guy? It's like he was out in Burlington, and they had like a devil's
Yeah,
logo.
I'm listening to that.
Bad scene. So you guys have logos and stuff too? Do you have like teams and stuff like you know, football teams and stuff?
We just have a basketball team, a girls team, and a boys team.
Are they any good?
Yeah, well, the girls team is all city champs.
Jeez, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Actually, isn't that an Olympic sport now, women's basketball? I think it is. I think it was in the last Olympics they had
If
that.
not, it ought to be.
Yeah, definitely. Let's just call up the president right now. What the hell we're doing everything else.
Leave it alone.
So
Bob,
what do you
leave
want?
it
So
alone.
what are you gonna do in the next few years? What do you think the world's gonna do for you?
I
You
don't know.
That's too deep a question. Probably isn't a Saturday night with one page. I bet you only have a half page done on this thing, right?
No, I actually have 1.5 pages.
One? Oh, come on,
there
you're
you
cooking
go.
with gas. Let's do what, Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make it. Come
You
on.
better get out the shovel.
You can talk about that girl Anastasia that they think might have been the Tsar's daughter and stuff. Did you ever hear that story?
Yeah, wasn't that on TV?
Yeah, it was on TV. That's the reason why I said it was on TV a couple of days ago. But like, I guess it's a true story that. Then there was this woman who said, you know, I am Anastasia, and she spent all her life trying to prove she was, and they never could pull it off. And
Yeah.
there's a whole scene. But the Russians are like, I don't know. What do you think? You think the Russians are good people or what?
Well,
Huh?
I don't know.
You don't know? You think you'd like to go to Russia someday?
You think I might?
You think you'd like to?
Well,
Huh?
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it might be a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Expensive than anything else. You know. Hard to say. The thing is, I don't know. See, we don't know about the Russians because of all the information we get from the government. They
You mean
kinda
the
say that-
disinformation?
Well,
we get
yeah,
from the
yeah.
government,
Well,
Bob.
not that our government's bad people. For another guy.
No, it's okay. We're still here.
We're still here.
For the moment.
Broadcasting the
anyway.
truth in one way. What a
Reality is
this is
this.
a chilling night. Yeah, I should get that record, the Alan Watts.
Yeah.
People don't know who Alan Watts is. He's like this guy who's into Buddhism.
No, basically, you think the Soviets are pretty much the same as us, and maybe it's just a handful of people that are sort of like
Jerking us
sitting
around.
on the power trip here. That
Yeah.
you know, they're just sort of jerking us off for their own personal gain here, and that basically, if it was left up to us, we'd all sort of kind of be friends, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Of course, there's no money in that, you know.
So what do you think?
And what's worse, it doesn't get you laid, damn it.
No. I don't know if we can say that anymore.
Oh, well.
But no true words spoken.
Wait a minute, let me look. I got the riot act
Why
right
don't you
here.
just
Let me
do
check this out.
laid under
Right. The FCC also
L-A-Y-E-D or
said
is
the
it
repetitive
L-A-I-D?
use of specific sexual or accusatory words or
Oh,
phrases
dear.
is not an absolute requirement
John,
for
how
finding
could you
of decency.
possibly... You just... Call up Susanna Hotz. I want to get to the bottom of this
Right, yeah. No pun intended.
terrible, terrible situation. I can just see that we're being dragged bodily from the radio station. So I don't know. What do you think you want to do after you get out of school? Well, geez, you're only in 7th grade, so like you get another 5 years at least before you get out of high school. So have you figured like any career thing that kind of like your compass trying to make you? The weird thing when I went to junior high school and high school, they kind of like dragged me into the council things and you have to pick a career for the rest of your life. You know, it's really important. They still do that?
Not really, no.
Really? Well, that's really good because they try to make me into, I don't know, they wanted me to go in the army or something, but I ended up doing radio for no money. Ah, yes.
Yeah, but you're still in one piece.
Yeah. Well,
For the moment.
debatable. I'll let you know after I talk to Judy tonight, but that's a whole other story. Let me tell you.
Make a wish.
Make a wish. Thank you very much. The thing is kind of like, do you think that you're kind of forced to kind of be somebody that you don't want to be, maybe?
Not really, no.
No? You're just having a good time and it's okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of this FCC stuff? Do you know anything about it?
No.
No.
I don't.
A lot of people don't. They will, though. Basically they're trying to clean up the airwaves of all the smut and the terrible things that are being said on records and the bad disc jockeys.
Yeah.
Isn't that terrible?
Well, you know how you feel like when someone tells you to do something,
Right.
and you feel like you can make up your own mind.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what that feels like, right? Well, these basically there's like a handful of people sitting in Washington that are telling the whole country basically the same thing. They're saying, do as I say and not as I do, and it's really not fair, is it?
Nope.
No, you're absolutely right. It's not. Well, hey, we've got the converted down cold, man. Let's go after the unconverted now. No, it's really kind of scary, and you probably don't remember this, but there was once a time when you pretty much could say or do anything you wanted to.
Wasn't that kind of about a week or so ago?
Right, before the riot act came down here.
Right. Well, actually, they've been, according to the thing at dinner today, they weren't like too worried about it. We were more worried about it than they were. They would say, well, we don't think anybody's going to bother us with this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Well, I got news for them. The thing is that one scenario is any station that's ever had a complaint logged against them with the FCC, it's going to show up in their computer, and then they're going to start listening to those stations. That's just because they're saying they're going to police this whole situation. So it might become a crime scene. But maybe not. Maybe we can all go shopping for a pair of shoes and not worry about it. It's like, I don't know.
When the going gets tough.
I mean, do you really care? I mean, was it going to affect your life so much, do you think, or what?
No.
No. You're just going to have a good time?
Yeah.
The best that you possibly can. That's what really counts.
Yeah.
So what do you do in school besides, like, trying to do Russian?
What else do I do?
Yeah, what else?
I do stuff.
Like, what kind of stuff?
That's
Oh, silly stuff. What kind of stuff do you do?
like math or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure, like math. You don't like math, though. They say that if you're bad in math, you're bad in languages, too. You do languages like Spanish and stuff?
Oh, some people take Spanish,
But you don't.
I have to go to a tutor.
A tutor? Really? For what?
No, anything.
For anything? What, everything? You just, like, flunked everything, so you gotta go to summer school for the rest of your life?
No, I can go to
I went to summer school. It was a drag. Let me tell you, don't go to summer school. It's bad. You want to go to the beach and get a tan. Go check out guys. But no, you have to go to summer school because you flunked out.
No, I just do my homework and stuff.
Yeah? You pass and everything?
Well, I'm average.
Average, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you're down under 25 hours now on that 5-page report. on
You're in
Russian.
flames. You're in
You're
48
about-
hours,
you're
and
about-
she's got a gun to your head.
You're about to crash and burn any minute now.
Right.
Well, listen, good luck on
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna let you. We're gonna leave. Yeah, take care of yourself, and
Yeah.
we want 5 pages from you Monday morning. You know what we're
Okay.
saying to you? All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Good night.
That was hilarious.
That was real. Yeah. Nothing
see,
to write
that's
about
the weird
Chernobyl,
thing,
right? You know,
now,
hey,
see,
Chernobyl.
It's like, well, she didn't know what Chernobyl
trivial,
was until she had to
trivial,
think
yeah.
about it.
Right, yeah.
Because most people coming up now, their thing is they feel like they're going to be blown away. So why the hell even worry about stuff like that? So this FCC thing
Right, on
is
top,
only just
on
hitting a
top
few
of that,
people.
On top of that, there's a guy sitting at 1600 Pennsylvania
Afro. Jesse Jackson got in. I didn't know that. Right on, my people.
It's a very well-kept secret.
Beautiful.
Say it loud, say it proud.
Yeah.
No,
Actually, we should play some
Pennsylvania
things, Brown.
he makes people feel good. It's almost like this man
Ron
is like
Headrest.
like a psychological drug or something.
Oh,
It's
man,
like he can
come
lie
on.
to you straight face and.
Well, was it you
But
who was telling me that scam about that whole thing when he gets shot, that might have just been a Hollywood thing?
No, but
Somebody
had
ran that
Hinckley
past
used
me.
a heavier caliber gun,
mean-
there would have been no mistake. The man would have been dead before
If
he
you're
hit the
going to go
ground.
out, if you're going to
We've
take a
been
precedent
history.
out, I mean,
Used a 22, man. It
You're like,
bounced off a rib. You know?
bang, you're shot. I mean, these guys, did you see that film? Like, the guys bought these Uzi machine guns and like,
Right,
you know,
out of nowhere.
and this
it's
guy's
like
get a
15
pop
guys
gun,
with
you know?
15 Uzis.
details
and,
at 11, and it's kind of like, that's so stupid.
Yeah, and these cats are ready to spray the whole scene. if they
Yeah,
had to,
yeah.
It's like,
And Hinckley is
messing
like,
with
he went
his
home
pop gun.
he went home for Easter, didn't he?
No, they didn't kick him loose.
I see.
They
I think we got
found
another call. You
they
want
found like 20 photos of Jodie Foster and
doing
you know,
doing the Vietnam rag, I'm sure.
right, and they were all sticky and
Right,
it was
right.
you know it was a bad
Double
scene,
negatives. Hi, you're on the air, I think.
Who was that? Just on the air.
Who was that? It was a girl that goes to some school in Cambridge.
Cambridge.
How come?
Yeah, 'cause I
Seventh
live in Cambridge. I might know who it is.
You do? Well,
Oh,
she didn't
wow,
give us
hey.
her name, but she goes
Small
to
world, isn't it?
she's in 7th grade at some school in Cambridge, and she's got a report on Russian due Monday, 5 pages.
Well, she was told I go to Peabody, so I might know her.
You go where?
To Peabody.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in Cambridge? No, that's
Yeah.
oh, it is. It's the Peabody School, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't say what school it was. So do you have like the same thing due Monday? Is that the deal?
No.
No? Oh no, I don't know her
No,
name.
I'm sorry. You want Dateline?
Yeah,
That's,
yeah, right. Have you wait a minute? That's a good point. Have you called that thing up?
No, it's
No, I'm asking the guy on the phone. Did you
Oh,
ever
yeah,
call
him,
up that
yeah.
date
You
thing?
call that thing?
No, what?
Did you hear about that thing on TV where, like, if you want to talk to folks like yourself, you call this number 1-800 whatever?
No.
Yeah, it's like this thing's been on for a few months. That's a weird thing.
Oh.
So what's going on with you?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, like, so what can we talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Life is a big battle.
Yeah,
man.
well, yeah, life's a big battle. We're the ships.
And
So nothing's going
fuck
on?
you, Harley.
How's school treating you?
Good.
Yeah, you getting through everything in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think of Reagan and all this stuff? Is it cool or what?
Yeah.
You don't mind? Everything's okay?
Yeah.
So you're in good shape. So you have, so the government's treating you well. Like everything's great. You got a great future. Everything is perpendicular, right? No problem.
No problem.
You're one of
No
very
problem.
few people. It's great. Gee, that's amazing.
You're
So
lucky.
you are lucky. That's amazing. He's happy.
Yeah.
Are your friends happy? Like they don't care what goes on? Like if they want to take heavy metal records away or whatever, this kind of junk, doesn't make any difference.
Nope.
Everything is great.
That's cool. It's okay if
It's
the
okay.
if the man can walk into your apartment without a warrant,
Without a search
and,
warrant
you
and
know,
stuff like
reasonable cause and just rip your place to shreds. And,
Right.
Just because they
You mean
feel
like they
doing
did last
it.
night? Right.
So
I
that's
fought them off. I
That's
killed
all
two
right
of
with
them.
you? That's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 12.
12.
12.
All right, another 7th grader.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
like folks your age just don't think about stuff like that, do they?
No.
What
too
kind
much
what
else
kind
to
of
think
stuff
about.
you guys thinking about lately? Like just like hanging out with chicks and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, well that's there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
That's cool.
Perfectly natural.
Actually, we have a movie for you. No, actually, we saw the Susanna Haas movie, The All Nighter, last night. You probably not bad. You might like it. Who knows? Hard to say. But no, we don't know what's going on. The thing is, as we guys get older, we start thinking about grim stuff. And I guess you don't think about grim stuff because everything's okay, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
You folks got you covered, right? So everything, you know.
Yeah,
Everything's great.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You doing football in school and stuff or what?
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah. What position?